Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time walkthrough of some kind anyway. Maybe it's more like a playthrough, but whatever, I'm gonna call it a walkthrough. So we are on level something or other, and it's just gonna be a whole lot of more. That's really the best way I can describe how this game continues to progress. It's just a whole lot of more Crash, and this level is pretty fun. It's extremely straightforward like the rest of them are. We're gonna have more of the in and out of reality type of things, and I think a chase sequence at the end of it, if this is the level I'm thinking of. We're also going to have Engine talking to us a lot, and that's something that I thought was amusing, was how if the boss is actually rambling to you while you are going through the level, if you find a speaker, you can blow it up, and you do get an achievement for doing that the first time. I kind of regretted blowing them up all the time, though, because I kind of wanted to listen to what they said, so maybe I'll have to replay these levels and find out, but other than that, it's just kind of a funny thing that this game has. This game is filled with humor and filled with jokes about games like these, so it's kind of fun to play them every now and then. Especially this one, I really hope one day comes to PC. I was a little sad that it didn't, because the Crash Remastered is on PC, and I guess I should remember that the Crash Remaster came on PC quite a bit later than the PlayStation 4 version, so maybe this one day will make it to PC. It seems these days a lot of Activision games are doing that. I'm just kind of tired of timed exclusives. I wish stuff would release on all of the consoles all at the same time, and I also really wish stuff would just release at the same time, you know? It's like some people get games early, and I kind of wish that wasn't a thing, but, you know, such is life. So, one thing I've also never really understood in the Crash games, I probably should have looked this up more before I started playing this game, was how the heck do people blow up boxes like TNT, or like boxes that are below or above TNT? How do they blow them up without, without blowing up the TNT when you're spinning? Because I've tried doing what other people seem to do, and it seems that they spin and then jump away, and that doesn't really work for me. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to look that up and find out. So this is kind of a strange part of this level too. I think I died here a pretty good number of times, and it was something that I really just had to sit on this conveyor belt and wait for this platform to go up and down, and that's really something that's required in Crash games. Patience is good, because if you try to save a couple of seconds being fancy, it'll probably end up costing you a death, and if you had just waited, you might have completed that part, and you wouldn't be having to repeat, half the level. The other thing is that the controls in this game are significantly better than the previous Crash games, in my opinion. If anyone watched my older Crash playthroughs, I talked a little bit, like right here, how do I hit that box without hitting the nitro? I think I just give in, and then get rid of my tiki. Maybe not, though. Let's see what happens. Do I get it? Oh, I get it. Okay, so by some miracle, I got that one. Anyway, I talked a little bit how the remaster made Crash's falling box a circle instead of a square like it was in the original games, and the games definitely were not made for a circle Crash falling box. But in this game, whatever they did, circle, square, oval, I don't know, some strange 10-dimensional shape, the game does feel made for that. So I really never once did I feel like the controls in this game were bad or lacking in any way. The only thing that I really would complain about is something that I did mention early on in my earlier videos, and that's depth perception, because every now and then, sometimes you don't know something's a platform until you miss it or you land on it. Sometimes you don't know something's gonna hit you because it looks like it's part of the background. And you really just have to spend a lot of time paying attention to that stupid circle that is below you. And that will make sure that you jump right where you want to. And it's kind of weird that I'm playing a game where I play as a character and I have to look at my circle more than I get to look at my character, but I guess that's the best answer they could come up with. Either way, though, I don't really feel like anything in this game was really annoying, other than the sheer difficulty of the levels. But beyond that, everything was very well made. Everything's smooth. I had very little glitches in this game on my time playing it. There was an update, and this is something that maybe will be noticeable later. I don't know if it'll show up on the video, but when I played this game when it was brand new, it had almost no lag of any kind to speak of. But when there's an update, there have been a few updates to this game actually, and ever since those updates on my PlayStation 4, which is not the Pro, and it's definitely not the PlayStation 5, So it's the older PlayStation 4, it lags. This game has a lot of frame drops, and sometimes those frame drops eat my jumps. So as I've said before, I'm cutting out, hopefully, all of my deaths. I may miss a death here or there, but anyway, I'm trying to cut out most of the deaths, so you may not see when that happens, but I think sometimes you might see dogs walking around. Anyway, you might see some like jitteriness, and that's not me, that's not editing, that's the game itself on the PlayStation lagging. And the only thing I could really think about when it was happening was I am really sick of consoles, man. I wish everything was on PC. I would be so happy that way, but we can't have it that way all the time, so I guess I should just get over it. Either way, once we're done with this chase level, that'll be it for this level. I gotta go let my dog out, and I'll see you in the next video.